Martin is a genius, for real. Martin Lawrence, bad boy. I don't think he gets enough credit because he's not as publicly out there.
When I think about like a point in your career, Martin, you got a role on Martin.
Martin.
Do you remember like that call when you figured out that you landed that role?
No, I don't. I did a lot of auditioning and I did a lot of little things, because that for me was a little thing. I had a small part on there. I've had a lot of parts, but they're all pretty small. Nothing.
But it's memorable though,
Yeah, but I don't remember the first one. I did 3 seasons on Martin, but I don't remember the first time I got the gig because I knew Martin. I knew Martin before Martin blew up. I knew Martin before Robin Harris died when we all did the Comedy Act Theater. I think we was doing Comedy Act Theater before Martin even came along. So Robin Harris and us was already, I started Comedy Act Theater day one with Robert Townsend, Robin Harris, Damon and Keenan Wayans, Rusty Conda, what's her name? Johnson. Anne-Marie Johnson, all of us like day one was there. And as that went along, I wasn't at the Comedy Act Theater as much. And Martin discovered Comedy Act Theater and then Robin became pretty much his mentor, And so this is before he had hit anything. And this is before he also did Star Search, because, Martin did Star Search as well. So we would see each other around, on the circuit, talking, hanging out, and so I sort of already knew him, and it's because I think of Robin Harris. Robin Harris is the reason really that Martin got the big break he has, because Def Jam was designed for Robin Harris.
What, like factual?
Yeah, they created that show for Robin Harris.
Wow.
And then Robin Harris up and died right before the show was supposed to happen, so it went to his protege, Martin. And Martin never looked back from that. It's like
that's deep.
He had a Tiffany Haddish moment. We all want a Tiffany Haddish moment, where someone puts the perfect show with the perfect artist at perfect time and all the right people see it. You know what I'm saying? We all want one of those moments. That was his moment. He never had to look back from that. So that got him all types of things, TV shows, concerts, and the whole. I'm still waiting for my Tiffany Haddish moment.
When it came to that scene though, when Gina came with the
headboard.
Did you know what the setup was, or did they kind of spring that on you when you guys filmed, like to get like a genuine reaction?
You have your script. I would do an episode. That episode you have your script, so you know what's going on. And Martin is a genius, for real. Martin Lawrence, bad boy. I don't think he gets enough credit because he's not as publicly out there. He does his work, but he's real quiet. He's a genius. That dude understood every scene and what's supposed to be happening in the scene. Even if he wasn't in the scene, he'd be in his dressing room looking at the scene. He can come back out after you did the scene and pull you to the side and tell you how to fix the scene.
He ever do that with you?
Several times. And then you'd go back in the scene and be 1,000 times better. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He wasn't fooling around.
So he was more hands-on probably than what people might assume.
It was very hands-on. I don't even know what people assume. But
we just naturally assume, okay, he's just a talent. He just show up and.
He didn't just show up. It was his show. He owned that show, and him and Topper Carew, that was their show. And so he would come and do that show. And if he had to rewrite, he'd rewrite, or he had a lot to do with the casting. He was just, the dude is bad.
And you were all the way up there until season 5, which would end up being the last season.
Well, I don't know how many seasons I was even on, but I did a lot of the shows, Yeah. And the thing is so magical is they rerun it so much. It looked like I've even done more than I've done,
So I guess like when it did end, it didn't really impact you as much, or did it bother you?
No, it didn't bother or impact me. I wasn't on like that. I had little parts, so I made little money. If I was on as a regular cast member, it might have impacted me more, but it would have also had impacted me in a positive way if I was a regular on there, because then I'd have the high-ranking publicist and I'd already be out shopping for other gigs and other things, Instead, I'd do that, then I'd go get me some comedy work somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So just sort of making ends meet.